My favourite memory of Pat Laister has to be when I was working at the Palace Theatre. Let me just have a sip of my coffee. Ooh. And I was doing a show with Steve and all the girls, and for the finale, I had this beautiful red dress which was cut very low at the back, and I could only wear a certain type of underwear with that. However, on this occasion, I forgot it, and I came down, running down. I went, "Oh my days, Pat! I forgot my G-string for this dress." And she said, "Well, nothing to it. You'll have to just go on stage without anything on." I went, "Oh, I can't do that. I'm a lady." And she went, "Well, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to do it." I've never done it since. In fact, it still traumatises me now to think that my minget was slightly on display. But she just brought so much fun into it. And yeah, I just love her. She's just the bestest woman ever. I love her so much.
My favourite memory with Pat would have to be our Caribbean cruise. It was because of Pat that was even made possible for me, so I'll always be grateful to her for that, and fortunate to share such fantastic memories. My funniest memory with Pat, though, has to be just a simple shopping trip to Sainsbury's when she couldn't get the labels for the fruit and veg to stick to the reusable bags that they now use, so she stuck them all across her head, and then she walked around Sainsbury's with these labels just stuck to her head with everybody looking, and she just found it hilarious. I found it hilarious, and then got to the checkout and told the woman that she'd have to scan her head because there was nowhere else for her to stick the labels. She's just absolutely crazy and just made a shopping trip even more eventful.
You know, when she was at our wedding, obviously that's just gone 50 years ago, she was the life and soul of the party. Still got cracking legs then, and she has now, and she's not afraid to show them. So yeah, keep it up, Pat, and you don't give up. And I know you never have, and you've been through some rubbish times. So I think that's your best qualities, mate, of being stoic and loving. And if I look a bit red, it's because I've just got out of the shower, and this shirt is my decorating shirt, and it's also the best shirt for walking along the seafront when you go away, because nobody can tell you've been painting or shat on.
I think one of my best memories of Mum, well there's a few actually, but one of the real funny ones was when me and Ed had to take her to hospital and she had to have laughing gas, and on the way home she was still really high on the laughing gas, and she had these cards, about 30 or 40 different cards with words on, because there's no way she could talk other than use these cards to explain what she wanted. And we were driving home from the hospital, and every car that was going past, she was putting these cards up, which doesn't sound like it's very funny, but when someone is really, really high on laughing gas and absolutely falling about laughing in the car, it was just infectious. We were just laughing all the way home, and the people in the cars were wondering what was going on. It was more than surreal, but very, very funny.
One of my fondest memories of Pat is Pat beating me up when I was younger on several occasions when I was misbehaving, when Pat was in charge and Mum was in hospital. And I still laugh now when I think about Pat. And also her protectiveness. She wouldn't let anybody pick on me. She could, but nobody else could. And if I had any trouble with the older kids in the street, Pat was the first out there to fight my corner.
But I think probably when she first cooked barbecue chicken. Oh, wait. No, chicken pie. No.
Every time I see Mum, we make a memory. Everything we do is something that I treasure.
The best memory of Pat was at Amanda's wedding when she decided in her wisdom to jump in the swimming pool. She stripped off down to her underwear but left her tights on, and was quickly followed by George, who'd flown over for the wedding from America.
Funniest one, or one of the funniest ones, was when we were working together in a restaurant. I was saving up my money to go to Switzerland working. We were just working 7 days a week, 2 or 3 shifts, and it was an evening session, and I served this gentleman his dinner, and he basically made a proposition of me and asked me back to his hotel. At which point, Mother very kindly intervened because I wouldn't serve him any further, and she was laughed all night long, and she was my saviour. She rescued me, served his suite, and took the bill.
I forgot roast lamb.
On my wedding day, she decided to, after a couple of orange squashes, strip off all her clothes down to her bra and her tights and jump in the swimming pool. And when she got out, she realised there was no towel, so she used my wedding dress to cover our modesty.
My best memory is I was really poorly and I just started going back to school, and we were in her flat, and I'm sat on the floor, and next thing I know, she's like gone into the bedroom. I'm like, what's going on? So she comes back out in just a bra and this massive green tutu and starts doing a full-blown ballet dance, like what's wrong with you? Like this, and it was so funny.
It was hilarious. It was hilarious.
When Dad was ill, and he was in the QE, and we went to see him, and he was in a ward, and the door was square, but the glass in it was round, so it was like a porthole, but we decided it was a fish bowl, and that we were fish. And we could see Dad looking at the door. We couldn't go in because he was being seen by the consultant, so we decided we'd be fish. So we'd got our faces up the door doing Bob, Bob. And we could see Dad laughing, which in the end ended us getting in trouble with the doctor, but there you go.
Having it on. Okay. I think when we used to go round to the house at Torridge and the cabinet had come off the wall and Phil decided to fix it by super gluing it back on, pushing the cupboard with John pushing him, Steve pushing John and me pushing Steve. It was probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen and done in my life, I would think.
Maybe if I said she is an angel with the devil in her.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pat.
That's true.
She's like a mum to everyone. She's very caring. She makes us all laugh such a lot. But whenever I'm feeling low, if I give her a call or pop round to see her, she always puts a smile on my face.
When she cooks barbecue chicken and chicken pie. Oh, wait, devil chicken? No. Steve gets all the devil. So, chicken and potatoes in garlic. No! Oh, barbecue chicken. I can't do this.
Endeavour and to try and make people happy and to always put on a brave face.
She's very caring, very generous, and very funny.
Best quality, I would say without doubt, is her cooking and her kindness. But wow, she's the best cook in the world. End of. Quite simply, best cook in the world, but she would also do anything for anybody.
Pat's best quality is her amazing sense of humour. How she finds funny things in the most amazing places and at the most amazing times.
There's just so many amazing things about Pat. I would have to go with her sense of humour, because her sense of humour is just wicked in every sense of the word.
There's a million best qualities, and that's probably not enough. Even a million. She's just everything she does. From kindness, compassion. I'll say kindness, but she wouldn't cook for me this weekend on lockdown, which is a bit harsh. But, you know, generally she's kind. She's just a most wonderful woman in the world.
I think Pat's best quality is she's a lovely all-rounder. She's a lovely person. She's good with her family. She's good at art, making things. She's a very clever person, and she's a good cook. And I think she's just a brilliant friend.
We're on about Steve's mum, not Pat next door.
My, oh my, if I could be like her, I would be pretty darn perfect, because she's amazing at cooking, baking, sewing, ceramics, costumes. Anything she puts her hand to, she's just so jolly good at it. But yeah, I would say her best quality is the fact that she's so giving of herself. And yeah, I love her for that.
You know, the greatest quality amongst many is her kindness. And it's a trait, I think, from the Hopkins girls, because my sister Sue's got it as well, as my mum had in a strange sort of way. But Pat's a very kind person, full of fun, full of life, full of love.
My sister's best quality is she thinks she's a comedian. Because every time she meets anybody that hasn't met me before, she says, "Have you met my older sister?" Which, of course, you've only got to look at me to say that's not true. And anyway, I was only 6 when she got married, and I can prove that because I've got a photograph as the bridesmaid. But my favourite quality is her ability to be a good listener and a kind person, and to always be able to listen to other people's problems, although she may have her own. We both had our fair share, but that's my favourite quality of my sister.
I'd say a miracle is something that happens when you have given up all hope of something happening, or you feel like it would never happen. Nothing can put this right. I need a miracle to make this right. When you get to that stage, but then that thing does happen, that is a miracle.
What would be a miracle would be for me to be able to come out of my house, okay, and actually park my car after I've been to Sainsbury's, which is only just down there, okay, and come back and find the same parking spot outside my freaking house. That would be a miracle.
Just being alive.
I would say from my experience, a miracle was probably when I was going through a really tough time in my life. I'd lost both my parents. My dad had just passed away from Parkinson's, and Sean came into my life. And now, 8 years later, we're both very happily married, and I think he was like a blessing sent from someone.
My definition of a miracle would be me having a scatterbrain business idea that actually makes money, because since I was 14, done it for nearly 40 years now, never shown a profit on any of them.
The miracle that I could ever cook like Pat Laister. Barbecue chicken, chicken pie, chicken and potatoes in garlic, devil chicken. Bigger miracle if she ever gave me the bleeding recipe. Love you.
The miracle would be that everyone should live in harmony, and I mean, not just families, but throughout the world. And try and carry on and look forward. For goodness sake, don't look back. Just cherish the love that you've got. All right, sis, take care, mate. Love you loads.
A miracle will be that if life ever gets back to normal after the virus of 2020.
My definition of a miracle is definitely Lee moving out of the house.
I think it's like when two things come together almost like they're meant to be. Something's meant to be. Like it happens for a reason.
John smiling in photos, that would be a miracle.
And I'd quite like silence, because I live with Lucy.
Yeah, no chance.
A miracle. It's going to be an awful big thing to be a miracle. And my health's not great at the moment. If I recover from this, whatever it is that's affecting my lungs and my breathing, I would actually class that as a miracle, considering I've been ill for such a long time.
If ever my husband, David, was to get his wallet out and pay for something, or say, "Oh, I forgot my wallet," and he just said he got it and he got it out, well, that to me would be a bloody miracle.
My definition of a miracle is that you reading this this video now, because it's an effing miracle that I can master the technology in order to send this to Steve. At least, if I have mastered it, you'll be reading it. So there you go. That's another miracle. But on a serious tone, the miracle of life for me, I just look at things going on around me, and I've got a lovely family, and every day is a miracle for me. So I've got that sort of outlook, and I hope that continues for the rest of my days. We live in a miracle.